Tomorrow afternoon at the Tavern on the Green here in New York City, a great actress, Peggy Wood, will be honored. She will receive the Faberge Straw Hat Special Achievement Award, and it will be presented by another great actress and great friend of hers, Miss Bette Davis. And that gave us a chance to have both of these two great ladies on our show. It's been both of these great ladies. Both of these two is redundant. It's been said that Bette Davis was the first actress to make movie acting respectable, and she has a couple of Oscars to prove that. And history may just prove her the finest film actress ever. Peggy Wood, her good friend, first starred on Broadway in Maytime in 1917. And that's quite a while back. Probably everyone, or nearly everyone, according to the box office receipts, has seen her as the nun admonishing us to climb every mountain in the film Sound of Music. She was the star of Mama on television, has an amazing list of theatrical credits, and it is always nice to see great actresses make their entrances, and tonight you get to see two of them at the same time, Miss Bette Davis and Miss Peggy Wood.
Congratulations. You've talked a lot about the Emmy, but I've let out a war whoop with joy.
You did a lot of war whoop?
Last night, all along the plaza.
I bet they could hear it across town.
No, it wasn't that loud. It was kind of late-ish, you know.
I
The
see.
show did go on a while, as you said.
That's true. It did go on a while. How nice to meet you.
How nice to meet you, sir.
Yes.
In the flesh.
Why have they kept us apart so long? We just met a moment ago backstage. But it's sure nice to see
The
you.
only time I saw you really was in this theater when Noel Coward was here last year, and Ben Luntz,
That's right.
and I was out there.
And I didn't
So
get
you
to
see,
meet
there
you.
was this great barrier between us,
Yes.
from there to here.
I guess it's safe to say that you two have known each other before tonight.
Well, yes, we met, you know, when Miss Wood was a superstar, as we call them today, at the Cape Playhouse.
Yeah.
And I was trotting up and down the aisle, seating the theatergoers. And that is when I first met Miss Wood, and she was, you know, perfectly marvelous to all such apprentices as we were then.
You were learning your trade and...
Well, I wasn't really learning it because I wasn't allowed to do anything much that summer but usher.
Yeah.
But I was learning how to be an usher. That takes a certain amount of doing, you know, with the flashlight and where are the seats, you know.
Yeah. Can you still do that if you were
Well, I
pressed
haven't.
into it? If you...
I don't think I'd want to.
No.
No.
I see.
Well, I knew that she was an apprentice there because my late husband, John V.A. Weaver, went to a performance of The Apprentices and came back to me pop-eyed. He said, I have seen a actress, boys and girls, and I think she is absolutely marvelous. And he said, I'm going into New York tomorrow, and I'm going straight to George Abbott's office, and I'm going to tell him he has to see this girl by the name of Bette Davis. And he did so, did he not? Did you get in there?
I never have met Mr. Abbott, but I appreciate what Mr. Weaver did. No, I never have met him in all these years.
Even yet?
No. But, you know, I went to Hollywood. I wasn't in the theater more than about 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
So I just didn't happen to meet
Took
him.
Abbott all that time to get around to you? I don't think that's like him at all.
Well, maybe I should have stayed, you know, see, in the theater longer, but it worked out that I went to California.
Say, could I ask you both a question?
I don't know.
Do I have Roquefort cheese on my face? Do you know
No.
that feeling? I did a live commercial a moment ago. Do you know that feeling that people are
No.
staring at something that you have?
No, you look beautiful.
All right, I don't ask all my guests if I have Roquefort cheese dressing on my face, and I thought I would just ask you.
Do you ask the same thing when you get a pie in the face?
You know, I've never had that.
Neither
Have you?
I. What's it like?
Oh, I have.
Have you?
Oh, in the Army shows, there is an old vaudeville sketch, which I'm sure you remember, called The Stand-In.
Yeah.
And it's a famous vaudeville sketch, and the star of the show gets all ready, you see, and they get the pies ready, and then they put the stand in to take it.
Right.
And I played the stand-in in all these army camps in Northern California. I used to take about 5 pies a day sometimes at 5 shows. It is the most miserable feeling because it goes all up your nose, and the smell, you smell of this pie forever, as far as I was concerned.
Where did they find people
But
with
the guys, they loved it, though. They thought it was such fun. It
Yeah.
really was such fun to do for all the servicemen. You know, it was particularly funny because I was doing it. But I do know about taking pies.
Is there a secret to
Blueberry pie must be something.
Yes, that blueberry. Chocolate's the worst because chocolate, chocolate smells strongest, you know.
Yes.
And it gets in your hair, everything. So you go take shower, shampoos, you're just ready for the next show, and you get another pie.
Were you ever hit by a pie that was not planned?
No.
I mean, did anybody ever have a surprise, pull a
No,
surprise on you?
no,
'Cause
no.
I think that would really test your sense of humor if somebody.
Yes, I think that would be pretty disastrous. Yes.
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 Well, some people may not think it's funny, but we have a little surprise for you, Betty.
Don't you
sorry.
dare!
Wouldn't that test a friendship?
Surprise would be that it would come into my face.
No, we wouldn't do a thing like that.
No, he would only
You
do
don't
it to
suppose
me.
that's there.
Well, familiarity
You are
breeds
suspicious.
contempt. This is the 3rd time I've been on your show, and you don't respect me anymore. Now you're going to throw pies at me.
It's just not true.
That's
It's not
what
true.
happens.
Miss Wood is suspicious that we actually have one concealed here. No, there will be no pies that we know of tonight.
Oh, there'll be no.
Miss Wood, when was there a moment in your life where you can look back and say that was the moment you decided to be an actress, no matter what, let nothing stand in your way?
Well, dear, I'd like to say that I was going to be a singer all my life from the very beginning. I wasn't necessarily going to be an actress. And my father said to me, I saw to it that you had your singing lessons and everything, but where the hell did you learn to act? So I said, I thought, that anybody could do it. And,
But certainly in those marvelous singing roles, you were an actress, too.
oh, yes, I was what they called a singing actress. And that meant that I could at least make some semblance of have a resemblance of a person on the stage and not just a doll that you wind up.
That's right.
But all the parts that I did in the musical world were all acting parts too, where, when you really want to be something in the theater, you get a play that has you play 4 different ages. Then you're in. Anybody that plays, I can look back over all of my colleagues and see that their big successes always came. Well, we have one now, Sadie Thompson, played 4 different parts. Then you're in. So that was me in Maytime.
That's right, of course.
So I had to play a young girl, and then a married woman, and then an old lady, and then another young girl, a granddaughter of the original young girl. When I had a success in London, in Bittersweet, there I played 4 different ages, and you're surefire, you're made if you can play 4 different ages.
I would guess, too, that the hardest one to play would be the one closest to your own, because really, if you're young playing an old lady, you can make yourself up, but
Yes.
but to play,
I didn't have you to
30
make me
if
up,
you're-
though. You did very nicely, but this other one getting older.
did you like that?
But it is
Would that be true that that for a 20-year-old person to play 30 would be harder than for a 20-year-old
Much more
person to play
difficult. Much
60?
more
yes,
difficult.
much.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Than an old
That's
lady,
right.
and then you can also add to the old lady by tottering. They love to see you totter.
Let us take, we may find a lot of secrets out about acting tonight. Let us take a message. We'll be right back.